Right now at 10, the U.S. is ready to evacuate Americans on a quarantined cruise ship.
It did sound like, make your decision or else. That's how I took it.
Two Hawaii couples rush to leave as more coronavirus cases are confirmed. The message from Oahu leaders with concerns about the disease causing a drop in sales in Chinatown.
To see the house burn like that quick, was terrifying.
How neighbors rushed in to help battle a 2-alarm fire in Kaneohe.
And trade winds are expected to pick up speed over the next few days, but will more showers be hitching a ride for the holiday weekend? I'll have your forecast.
From across the islands on KGMB and KHNL, this is your source for breaking news. Hawaii News Now at 10.
We're doing good.
We're hanging.
Physically, emotionally, and spiritually, yeah.
Left in limbo tonight, at least 4 Hawaii residents quarantined on a cruise ship off Japan are awaiting their return back to the United States. The Pagans and the Tokuras have been on the Diamond Princess cruise ship since February 5th. None of them have shown symptoms of the new coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. But Japanese health officials confirmed 70 additional cases on board, bringing the new total passengers who are now sick to 335. In just a few hours, the Hawaii residents could be back on their way back to American soil. They say they've been given an apparent ultimatum: either take the flight back to America and undergo another 14-day quarantine or wait until March 4th.
So it makes you feel like you're compelled to do the chartered flight because you don't know what your future holds if you don't.
We actually spent a sleepless night debating one way or the other. We packed basically like 70% of our things just this afternoon, but we don't know what time, and we don't know whether or not we have the virus or not.
Both the Pagans and the Tokuras say they were screened for symptoms today. If both couples take the flight, they'll head to air bases in either California or Texas. They have mixed feelings about returning to the U.S. and undergoing yet another quarantine.
We were really looking forward to the end of the so-called quarantine, which was supposed to be like in 3 days. So this is a big blow to us emotionally and mentally.
If this is what it's going to take to make the whole entire USA feel safe, because the concern is not only for the passengers, the concern is for the entire USA. So if they have to go and put us in 14 days to make everyone else feel safe, then so be it. We'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we have no choice, but we'll do it.
They say they aren't sure what's next for them, but they are anxious to return home. In Hawaii, the state health department confirmed late this afternoon that 58 people are now choosing to self-quarantine. One person is under mandatory quarantine orders at Pearl Harbor, but no one has been diagnosed with COVID-19 in the state. Lieutenant Governor Josh Green says the patient is in good spirits. Also today, Japanese health officials confirmed a second Japanese national was diagnosed with the new coronavirus. She was traveling with the man who was diagnosed February 14th. Both recently visited Maui and Oahu. At this point, state health officials say they have not identified any individuals who had prolonged close contact with the two and say the risk is low. Still, they're working to figure out exactly where they went while on vacation. Japanese health officials say the woman was diagnosed after her return to Nagoya, Japan. State health department employees on Maui and Oahu have reached out to people, including other airline passengers, and are continuing to track down more information.
Dozens of people that have been contacted, and they're doing a very thorough job. It's difficult work, of course, to trace someone after the fact when they've been gone.
Josh Green is now acting governor while Governor David Ige travels to Japan.
Well, we still have high concern, but a low number of people that have been exposed. We continue to follow the CDC protocols to put anyone who's been at risk, essentially, into home quarantine for 2 weeks.
A Honolulu man says after 3 phone calls with the Hawaii Health Department about possible exposure, he received an email from them.
I no longer need to be monitored by the State Department of Health unless I show any symptoms in the next 3 days.
The Japanese man who was diagnosed with coronavirus visited Maui from January 28th until February 3rd when he headed to Oahu on Hawaiian Airlines Flight 265. We're told the airline reached out to crew members who were working on that flight and also activated the company's public health task group. An internal memo says none of the flight attendants are showing symptoms. Health department officials said the man stayed at the Grand Waikiki Inn by Hilton Grand Vacations and started showing symptoms while on Oahu. He was traveling with his wife.
Hopefully we will be able to keep our borders safe and minimize this threat to Hawaii and America.
Meanwhile, Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell tried to reassure the public today. Chinatown businesses say they've already seen how the illness is causing a downturn in sales. Rick Daysog continues our coverage.
On a typical weekend, this mall is teeming with shoppers. But since the coronavirus scare, business in Chinatown is down about 30%.
Business now are not too much. People are all scared. No can't tell Chinatown, that's why.
Chinatown business leaders say restaurants are taking the biggest hits. Another sign that hard-to-get street parking spot has become easier to find.
The thing was that a lot of phobia, a lot of misunderstanding and not knowing what is really going on is causing a lot of apprehension.
Mayor Kirk Caldwell, state officials and local business leaders say fears that people who shop in Chinatown have more risk to exposure to the coronavirus are unfounded.
You can't catch the coronavirus or COVID-19 by walking around Chinatown where there may be more Chinese Americans than in other parts of our community. You cannot catch COVID-19 or coronavirus from parsley grown in Waianae, nor papayas grown in Puna.
State officials say that no patients have been diagnosed with the coronavirus in Hawaii, but they're working to track down the itinerary of a Japanese couple who visited the islands between January 28th and February 7th. That couple was later diagnosed with the coronavirus in Japan.
I just looked at the federal government. They say it's a low risk for people in the United States, including Hawaii. I walk around with no mask and no gloves. I'm not concerned to come down here.
Chinatown leaders hope that other measures, such as beefed up security and cleaner sidewalks, will help bring back shoppers. Rick Daysog, Hawaii News Now.
We're updating our website as we learn new information about the worldwide coronavirus outbreak and its impacts here in the islands. You can get breaking updates on our free mobile news app, on our social media pages, and our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. This just in, HPD says they've nabbed the second suspect in a Makiki attempted murder investigation. HPD booked Bladen Leach and Austin Lee today for the shooting Thursday near the intersection of Pensacola and Young Streets. Multiple bullets struck a windshield and the glass injured an infant. Police say charges are pending. Hawaii County Police are investigating a body found at a Hilo homeless camp. The body of 28-year-old Isaac Wessel Rivera was discovered just after 9 last night at the edge of the Wainaku riverbank. Arrest records show Weston Tegman was taken into custody on suspicion of second-degree murder shortly after. A few hours ago, we were told that the 32-year-old Hilo man was released pending investigation. An autopsy will determine Wessel Rivera's exact cause of death. Still ahead, police make a discovery as they search for a missing Big Island woman. Plus, why one person was rushed to the hospital after this emergency on Oahu.
See something you want to share with Hawaii News Now? Post it on social media using the hashtag HNN. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.